Starting OnlyFans was a spur-of-the-moment decision I made. I was unemployed, drowning in debt. This is why I cared for the money so much that I was ready to do anything for it. It was Friday night, I had put on a cute costume and was all set to go live with my OnlyFans. Suddenly, I got a DM from a client. Respond if you want a quick 1,000 bucks. Lucifer, 333. I clicked on the profile. Just a username I didn't recognize. No picture, no details. And I couldn't remember if I had interacted with him before. I don't usually respond to DMs, and I was busy getting ready for a live stream, but that amount of money got my attention. I asked, "Oh, what's the request?" The reply came immediately, "I want you to draw something." I stared at the message for a second. What? You're joking. No, I'm serious. Draw me a picture. $1,000, no joke, trust me. I'd been an adult content creator for 5 years. Honestly, I've gotten a lot over that period, but this was maybe the weirdest request I've ever gotten. $1,000 just for some stupid drawing? This guy intrigued me. I don't draw. I'm not an artist. You don't need to be. I just want you to draw this. Do it and the money will be yours. Fine, what do I have to draw? He sent an image attached. I expected it to be some explicit photo, but once I opened it, I was surprised. It was a scanned image of a page from a very old book. A big circle with a pentagram inside and a big blue eye right in the middle. I'd never seen anything like it. What is this? No answer. I waited, kept staring at the image, and then my eyes glanced up at the message chain, at the promised $1,000. Joke, no, it's not. $50 was credited to my account. This guy was a freaking trip, but he wasn't kidding. I don't have chalk. Oh, need it now? It never fails. When the mood strikes, the mood strikes. They got to get off right away. I rummaged through the desk next to my camiseta, pushed aside random things, makeup, papers, and my toys. I found a pencil. I looked at the hardwood floor in my apartment. No way that was going to work. Then I remembered and found my old purse on the floor in my closet, and inside it, a thick black Sharpie. I tested it on the floor. Bingo. I messaged him back, "Will a marker work?" Again, the reply was immediate. "Yes, as long as I can see it. Draw big." Calm down, my guy. Horniness does strange things to a man. Well, fine. It wouldn't take me more than a minute. Okay, drawing now. I pulled up the pic he sent me on my phone and kneeled on the floor next to my bed, pulled aside the carpet. Kind of like it too. Suddenly a message popped up. I wrinkled my brow reading it because it looked like complete nonsense. Say it. Say it 3 times. I started thinking about this. Maybe this dude is into gothic stuff. I mean, people are into weird things and this wasn't my first time dealing with it, but still, something felt off. This was weird. Another message snapped. Me out of it, please. I need it. Another $500 credited to my account. That's just for you. I'll give you 5,000 more. Man, he is desperate. I couldn't say no anymore. I started the recording and began saying the lines, "Regi Satanas, Ave say tennis hail Satanas, Rege Satanas, are they say tennis hail Satanas." As I got done with the third time, my night lamp exploded. The power went out and I stood in the darkness in front of my laptop. A shiver ran down my spine as my room suddenly got too cold. I messaged the guy, "What is all this? What did you make me do?" But he didn't reply. My head began to feel dizzy. My stomach hurt like something was trying to come out of me. I rushed to the bathroom but fell on the floor. Access. I read the message over and over again and it finally clicked. That's exactly what I would do. I would create horror stories for my fans to enjoy. For a price, the first few films were really basic. Just some scary, shaking movie shots paired with my alluring nature. But soon, I decided to up the ante and make things more interactive. I started filming with other people, and we would act out horror scenes from some of my subscribers' fantasies. Things were going really great at first. My subscribers were loving the new content, and I was making more money than ever before. But then, one day, things took a turn for the worse. It was the day I received another message from the original subscriber who had suggested the whole idea. "Do you think I could be a part of one of your horror films? I have some great ideas." I responded with a simple, "Sure," not thinking much of it. I mean, what harm could it do? But little did I know that this fan had something much more sinister in mind. We first met up at a Starbucks in my town. As I sat down at the table, I noticed the man in front of me. The message on my phone confused me. "What's the matter, sweetie? Is everything okay? We only have a few more scenes. Are we streaming this, Darren?" As I stared at him, a change came over his face. Anger fueled every crevice of his being, and he slammed his hand on the door of the apartment. "Who told you? Who told you I was streaming this?" Before I could answer, he lunged at me, and everything went black. I woke up tied to a chair with a bright light shining on my face. I squinted against the light, trying to make out where I was. It looked like I was in some sort of basement. And then I saw him, Darren. He was sitting in a chair across from me, holding my phone. No, the real horror movie is going to begin. My sweet, my kitten, my model. You're going to be the star of a real horror movie, darling. You'll cut you loose now. Try to escape if you can. He released me from the chair, and I tried to run, but he was already behind me, his hand wrapping
spreading across his fat cheeks as he watched. Looking down, I saw my bloodied body roughly bandaged up in an attempt to keep me alive. He stood above me, his grin on his face and a camera still in his hand as he cackled in my face. He taunted me again and again, making fun of me. Each time I felt myself drifting to the edge of reality, I could feel myself fading, slipping away. I complied with his demands and did everything he told me to. "Don't worry, the pain will go away soon. If you don't want me to make it worse though, you'll do as I say." Now, if you're watching this, it means that Darren has uploaded the video of my murder to OnlyFans. And if you're a subscriber, then you're one of the lucky ones who gets to see it. The world of OnlyFans has always caught my attention, not to consume it, but for the money that can be earned there. I have a lot of female friends who have OnlyFans, and all of them are troubled by the same things: the stalkers, the competition, and the misogyny. That always made me think, what if I opened my OnlyFans? Being a man, I wouldn't have to put up with any of this. On the platform, men are much fewer, and the women who enter OnlyFans are usually calmer. If one of them decided to harass me, I could quietly contain her. Or so I thought. My success was almost instantaneous. Soon, I started to make a lot of money. I didn't even have to strip completely naked, but I was willing to do it. My only regret was that I didn't do this sooner. Or at least, that wasn't until Gabby showed up. The day I met her, I was walking down the street, and she jumped out at me. She told me her name was Gabby, and that she was a big fan of mine, and that she was one of the first people to send me money. I, of course, was nice to her and chatted for a while. But as I was leaving, I noticed that she kept looking at me as if she was waiting for something else to happen with that encounter during the hit my head, but I didn't feel anything. When I opened my eyes, I felt like I had slept for hours. I was still dizzy. I couldn't think clearly. What had they injected me with? I tried to move my body, but it did not react. This time, it wasn't because of the effects of the syringe, though. I was tied up on a bed. "You finally woke up. What you doing?" I was still having trouble speaking. "I'm just living my fantasies. I told you I was going to tie you up and set you on fire, remember?" "No, unfortunately, I don't have dogs to throw you to. I'm not an animal, lady. I'm sorry I lied to you. What I do have is a lighter and some alcohol." "All right. Wanna live?" "Oh, don't be selfish, boy. It's enough that you closed your account without my permission." The old woman throws some alcohol on the back of the mattress with a lighter and lights it. The fire advances very slowly. I tried to move and escape, but it was useless. My body was too weak. "Oh, are you trying to escape? That's not very polite, you know. I was going to inject you with another dose so that you don't suffer. But as I see so much energy in you, I think I won't use it." The fire was slowly advancing across the mattress. It was not near me, but the heat was beginning to reach my feet. In my last moments, I stared into Grandma's eyes full of joy, but to my surprise, a silhouette was behind her. Gabby. When the lady turned around, a knife pierced her neck. It was Gabby. "Get away from him, witch!" Without resisting, the lady just fell to the floor. "I'm sorry I came into your house, but I saw everything. I couldn't leave you alone with her." "Thank you. Please help me quickly." Gabby slashed the knots with a knife. I was free. I jumped off the bed and, still dizzy, began to crawl out. Hey, maybe it's not as bad as you think. What? You don't love me the way I love you? And that won't change even after I've saved you. I disgust you, Gabby. No, but I still have a chance to stay with you forever. If we both burn together, our bodies will be one. We could be immortalized in that bed. It's already decided. You'll go back to bed, but with me. As she said this, Gabby rushed to me and tried to lift me. I had regained some strength, but not enough to escape. She started dragging me towards the burning bed, but I found one last glimmer of hope. On my way to the bed, I grabbed the syringe from the old woman's lifeless hand and stuck it into Gabby's leg.
She fell and I began to crawl out of the house. Faster and faster behind me, Gabby refused to faint. She stood up and was limping towards my position at great speed. She was catching up, but when she was in front of me, she gave way and fell. And with my last effort, I escaped from the house. Neighbors came quickly to help me and pulled me away from the house that was beginning to burn. A few minutes later, the firemen arrived before the house burned to the ground. Gabby survived the fire, but with several burns, and was about to face a murder and harassment trial. Even though she saved me, I will not forgive her for trying to kill me. So I plan to follow this trial to its conclusion. Who knows what she would do to me if she were to go free? For my part, I will never create an OnlyFans account again. If there's one thing I learned from this experience, it's that madness has no face, no gender, and no age. It can be behind anyone, and when you least expect it, it can catch up with you.